Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. So today we are going to be doing my Shop My Stash. So let's talk about these products up at the top first. So base products basically. Okay, so these two foundations here, I feel like you can't see it. So let's try and turn the light on a little bit. Right, that's a little bit better. It's on its dimmest setting. I've worn quite a bit this week. I mean, I'm down to like halfway with this. So they're both like a radiant illuminating finish. The Max Factor is the Max Factor Radiant Lift Long Lasting Radiance All Day Hydration. It's got an SPF of 30 and it's in the shade 30 Porcelain. Now that is just, sorry, that is just way too dark by itself. So I paired it with the Body Collection Illuminating Liquid Foundation, light to medium buildable coverage. I feel like this is on its way out. Not on its way out, but I feel like there's not much left in it. But they paired really well together, like I thought they would. Right, so they can go back in the drawer for now. Then the primer I had. I feel like there's not much left in this either. So this is the Dior 001 Universal Dior Backstage Face and Body Primer. So Naomi sent me a sample a while ago and I love that sample so much. I went out and got this one. This one isn't half as good. I don't know whether the sample that Naomi sent me was expiring and it was thicker consistency, because this one is really thin and liquidy, and obviously this is not expired because it's new, well, fairly new. So yeah, I don't like it and I just want to use it up. Using this as well that Amy gifted me. It's the Bobbi Brown, what's this one called? Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. I don't know if it's going to show up. Yeah, just there. And I've used quite a bit of it. This is the only thing I'm using like under my eye area. It really moisturises it. Takes a while to focus. As I found out last week, one of my subscribers, Taneli, put in my comments that she couldn't see anything, that it wasn't focusing. I'm really sorry guys about that. I'll try better going forward. I feel like my camera and also myself had a bad week last week. You know, I've been so ill. I probably shouldn't have done the Shop My Stash last week, but never mind. In saying that, but never mind. Next product I've been using is the 17 Perfecting Finish. It's so good guys. There is literally barely anything left. You can see just here. I think there's just about one use. Let's keep that one in. I think I'm going to keep this one in as well, this Nude by Nature. I didn't really use it that much. And this doesn't have a lot of product in. So this is the Translucent Finishing Powder. So let's keep that in as well. So I use that H&B Cosmetics puff with powders as well. So we'll keep that in. So they're going back. Right, let's get this drawer out. Can you see it? No. So this drawer is pretty much all going back, apart from the Huda Beauty Glowish. Absolutely love this powder. It's a finishing powder. My shade is in 01 Fair. Doesn't want to focus. I think it's the packaging. Never mind. This is what it looks like. And honestly guys, I feel like if I keep it in for another week, there's a dip going here. I can feel it. If I keep it in for another week, I feel like I'd make a lot of progress on it. So we're going to do that. It was either that one or bring back the Hourglass, because I don't really have that many finishing powders. I've got loose setting powders, I've got pressed setting powders, but not actual finishing powders. Okay, so highlighter, I use this quite a few times. Lisa gifted me this a couple of years ago for my birthday. So it's the Moira Face and Body Highlighter. Look at that, there's a bit more pan there. So this one is in 001 Sweet Champagne. Sorry for the reflection. So that's that. This one will always stay in. This is part of Project Pan. It's soft and gentle. So there's definitely more pan than there was probably about a month ago. The same with this one. This is the Balm Mary Lou. Definitely more pan there as well. That one can go back. Right, we've got these blushers. I want to keep one in and I want to put one back. I think I'm going to keep the Revolution one in. I use that maybe once or twice. So I'm not sure on thoughts on it yet. So this is the 17 Powder Blush Edit Cheek Colour. This one is in 030 Plum Blossom. So this is in shade 030 Plum Blossom. And we've got the Revolution Reloaded Blush in Rose Kiss. It's really, really pretty. So that's what it looks like. I'm keeping that one in. The only reason I'm not keeping the 17 one in is because I've got another like reddy pink one that I want to bring in. Oh yeah, and the Glowish is going back in. So 3 products are in the drawer. Right, so now let's go into, now let's go into this little drawer here. Right, so this I used a couple of times as well. So it's the Collection Lasting Perfection 16 Hour Foundation, Flawless Weightless Coverage. So its claims are that it's flawless weightless coverage, lasts for up to 16 hours, minimises imperfections. It's just really, really nice and really, really dewy. I got that from Poundland, I think. Yeah, I think I paid about £1 for it. It wasn't much. Then we've got this, so this is going to stay in. So it's the Shades by Shan, the Hydrating Primer. Naomi also sent me this. There's literally probably 1 or 2 uses, so I feel like I'm going to have to pull another hydrating primer. So that's staying in. I did use this veil, this Hourglass veil sample in a live, and I also used it again, so I got 2 uses out of it. I don't think I'll buy this, you know, I think it's too expensive for what it is. Then we've got this Body Collection Concealer. That one can go back in the collection. I do like it, but I want to choose a different one. This one always stays in, as you know. I'm nearly done with that as well. I think I've got about half left. This one can go back in the collection as well. It's the Essence Glow Glow Go. So this one can go back in the collection as well. It's the Essence Glow Glow Go. It's so nice. I would definitely buy a backup of that. Then we've got these 2 products for the eyes. I've not used them in a while because I'm using the Bobbi Brown one, but it's really, really good. It's the Sun-Kissed Hyaluronic Acid Nourishing Under Eye Serum. I really like it. And then we've got the Essence Hydro Hero Under Eye Stick. They're both really, really nice and really hydrating. So that's that. So then there's this exfoliator, which I absolutely love. I mean, you can just see how much, because I've used a crap ton of it, guys. Yeah, I've just used so much of it. So I didn't use this Becca Backlighting Priming Filter as much as I thought I would. You can't really see the writing on it because of the packaging. Do I, when I put this in? No, let's bring something else in. I was going to keep it in, but I'm going to bring something else in. So this is kind of Project Pam. This is my brow product. This is all I'm using at the moment. It's a Makeup Gallery. It's a fix. It's basically just brow wax. I'll show you. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so that's basically just brow wax. Basically, I comb my brows out with that, and then that's it. What else do we have in here? We've got a couple of eyeliners. So the Ted Baker one stays in all the time. And the Urban Decay, Amy sent me this one. So this one is the 24/7 Glide On Eyeshadow Pencil in the shade Vice. I really, really, really like it. So that one can go back in the collection though. If we need it again this upcoming week, I'll just pull it and show you again, because I don't know what I'm pulling yet for eyeshadows. Everything just stays in the drawer apart from this Mega Glow Hello Halo. Use that once or twice as well, so that one can go back. So this can go in Empties. It's the CeraVe Facial Moisturising Lotion. Hey guys, so this is Editing Andy. So I just thought I'd give you an update on that CeraVe Moisturising Lotion. So it's a free sample from Sephora. So I wasn't that mad keen on it, so I wouldn't repurchase it. That's just my thoughts on it. If you've tried it before, let me know your thoughts, and let's get back to the video. Right, I think that's the best we're going to get it. Let's put everything away. Excuse me. And that's staying in. That's staying in. Right, let's pull some base products out, shall we? What am I doing? Do I pull foundation? Part of me really wants to pull this Urban Decay Hydromaniac because I don't know how I feel about it, guys. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do another skin tint. Maybe pull this one out with it because this one's quite dark from memory. This, shall we zoom in a little bit? So this one's quite dark from memory. So this one is Profusion Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Protector. And the Urban Decay is quite like, can you see how dark it is? I'll show you on my hand. You'll be able to see where, like it's all over my hand now. You'll be able to see where it cuts off. And this was one of the lighter shades, right? So, can you see where it cuts off here? That's how dark it is. So we'll pull it and we'll use them together. If necessary, I'll bring this out as well because that's probably my lightest foundation. It's weird, isn't it, right? Because at the end of the day, actually I've got this one as well by Primark. That's pretty light. Forgot about that. That's a dupe for the NARS Radiance one. So I have got options if it doesn't work out because this, it looks like it's quite yellow as well. So well, I'm not going to pull heaps of foundations at the moment. But yeah, those are two I'm going to work on this week. Concealer. So basically I'm just rotating through the concealers. The only one I'm not going to use is this one. So this is my 17 concealer. And I just want to use at least one up before I start using that. Right, so we'll have to pull two. I pull the Essence Skin Loving Sensitive Concealer. This one's pretty dark. This e.l.f. one. So this e.l.f. one is called the Hydrating Camo Concealer, but can you see all the windows? I want to use it up. But obviously by itself it's too dark. And then for colour corrector I was meant to be pulling this Becca one last week and I never did, so let's pull that. For glowy products, part of me feels like I mean we pretty much worked through everything, so part of me feels like using this e.l.f. one. This e.l.f. Halo Glow. I'm going to get the light one. So they've just come out with my skin tone in this. This one's way too dark for me. I've showed you that in the past. So I do want to get my own skin tone of it and see if I like it any better because at the moment I don't like it. Oh yeah, and then I needed another like hydrating primer, didn't I? So for poreless, I really like this when I used it. So the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer, my friend Karen bought me that. So I'm going to pull that and then we'll pull a hydrating one out as well. Either that one. Actually no, I've not used this in ages. Let's pull out the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. Powders, I don't think I'll need any. Shall I pull a pressed? I don't think I am going to. I mean, part of me is looking at this e.l.f. one, but that's not really the right shade for the under eye. If I feel like I need a different one to the ones that I pulled, I'll pull that in a separate video. Right, so I think that's everything for the base drawer, so let's put them away. Okay, there's not many products, is there? But I am trying to kind of not pull as much recently, so the Revolution Primer can go on top. Right, let's put this Urban Decay foundation in here, and maybe that one as well. Let's put the e.l.f. down here. And then the concealers. Halo Glow is going to have to go on top with the Revolution one as well. Okay, and then we've got the Becca eye brightener. So, want to get some progress on that. So where can I put that? Just put it on top like that. I want to show you the palettes I used last week. Obviously I'm not going to go into detail because I want to do the ranking video. I think I'm going to do the ranking video in about a week because when the ranking video is due to go up, I'm going to be in hospital. So let me show you what I used. I use the W7 Moonglade palette. It is so nice, guys. So I would recommend this palette all day long. I've got some looks coming with it really soon. So what I would say to you, if you like this palette and you like this shade, I would say it's not any good. So I wouldn't buy the palette just for that shade because it's patchy, it goes patchy on the eyes. It's not the same formula as the rest of the shimmers. I would say that's a satin. But yeah, that's the palette, guys. It's really pretty. And for £4.99 as well. And then I had this Beauty Bay Neutral palette in. I've done 3 looks with this. And I only did the last look today, but I wanted to get the Shop My Stash up. This one is a beautiful palette. I love Beauty Bay's formula. So they're the 2 palettes. We're going to talk about them more in depth in the ranking video. Right, I think that's it, isn't it? So I got this as well when I went into the city centre the other day. I needed a new one because I've only got a little bit of the Makeup Revolution one left, and it kind of reminds me of it a little bit, but it doesn't smell nice. It's not nice at all. But it's only £2.99. So this one is the one that I was using, the Revolution Fix and Glow, and I will continue to use it. There's only a tiny amount though left, so I thought I'd pick up a new one. Right, let me just look to the side of me and see what palettes that we can use this coming week, because I don't have a clue at this stage, guys. So I've never used this. I got it last year for Christmas. I got it last year for Christmas with a few other things. And obviously we're in fall now, so it's the I Heart Revolution Pumpkin Pie. And this is what it looks like. Doesn't that look beautiful, guys? I just want to see if I like it. If I don't like it, then I'll get rid. I mean, a lot of those shades don't look really like me, you know, the purples and things like that. And there's a red down there. I mean, it was either that one or the gingerbread one. And the gingerbread one, in my opinion, is more for Christmas. I'm just trying to get a heads up of what I want to keep and what I want to declutter. It's cute, but I wouldn't keep it for the packaging. I mean, it does remind me of Halloween as well with the pumpkins. So definitely that. And then I was going to choose another one, but if you remember last week, I pulled this out. Well, I didn't pull it out, but I said I wanted to do a look with the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette. So that little beauty there. But instead of using the 2 shimmers, what I wanted to do is do a couple of looks with these. So these are the Essence Melted Chromes. So we've got Ironic and we've got Zinc About You. I want to use them with the palette, do 2 looks and see what I think. So I'm only pulling in 1 palette, but we're going to obviously use 2 palettes and 2 eyeshadows. We've got that one sorted. Oh, I didn't show you the face palette, did I? So we pulled this face palette last week. It's just a custom face palette that I've done myself. And look, I mean, it wasn't like that last week, the bronzer. If you've seen that Shop My Stash, you'll know that I've made more progress on that. I've used practically everything. I used this more times than any of the other blush. I think I used it 2 or 3 times just because I didn't know whether I wanted to keep it, and also this one as well. So I feel like it's a really nice bronzer, highlighter, blusher palette. It's really good for travelling with because you've got everything in there. But for now, I want to put it back in the collection because I want to pull something else. Let me just go and put these back and then we can go through my collection. I'm not going to pull a lot from these drawers, guys, but I've got a new blush that I've just been dying to use. It's not the right season for it, I know, but I've just got it and I absolutely love these Clinique Cheap Pops. And this one is in the shade 03 Berry Pop. I mean, I could just use that all week. Like I said, I'm obsessed with them, you know. I've got 3 here. So I've got 4 in total, and there's another one that I want. The light in here is terrible. Can't you tell I'm in the UK? It might look a bit washed out, but yeah, never mind. So that's that. Anything from here? I don't think so. I'm still waiting to use this in a live, so the next live I do, I'm going to use that for Morag. I really want to bring this in. Yeah, let's bring that in. And I think that's it. you know, I haven't had that much use out of this About Face one. So that's definitely something for autumn, but it's not something for now because I want to pull a face palette. Karen bought me that. So yeah, that's everything in the drawers. So this is what the top's looking like. We've got a pumpkin there, which is, what do you call that? Which is portion, which is brew or whatever. All my perfumes there. It's mainly Pat McGrath lipsticks here. There's a YSL one, there's a Give Beauty one, and that's it. Oh yeah, and then there's this gingerbread one. I might actually pull that one out to go with the actually no, I'll hold fire on the gingerbread one and use that when I get to using the gingerbread palette. And this is the perfume that I'm panning, so I'm doing really well with it. I'm about halfway done. So let's go down to the highlighter drawer now. Guys, we're not pulling many, maybe just one from here. I know it's a bit boring, but like I said, I'm pulling a palette and there's highlighters already in the drawer. Let's pull this. We'll pull another one. I think it's more of a blush topper. So it's in the shade Peach Glow. So we're going to pull that. I think I want to see what I think about this one. So it's Highlight Bling by Wet n Wild. It's part of the Hello Halo. They don't do these anymore. I think you can get them on Beauty Bay, I'm sure. My friend Desi's got one in her collection and she got hers from Beauty Bay. But in Boots, in my local Boots, they don't do it. Right, so that's it for that. I want to pull this. So basically why I want to pull this, I know I've used it before and quite recently. I used it when Amy sent me the package with this in it. Wrong way round, sorry guys. So I want to pull this because that Iron Face palette has come out, but I don't know how I feel about the blushes, so I want to use it. But with that, since we're using Pat McGrath, I also want to use this. So let's pull them too. And I think that's it from here, is it? Yeah, we'll call it done from here. I'll just give you an overview of the actual drawer of what it looks like. So there we go. That's an overview. And there's like a crap ton of highlighters behind it there. So let's pop. Actually no, I'll do it off camera, it'll take too long. So basically what I do is when I use a highlighter I push everything forward just so I'm rotating the highlighters and they're all getting plenty of love, rather than me just grabbing for my favourites. Doesn't seem like there's much here at all. Right, we can do a few swatches then. Let me just swatch this beautiful blusher for you. So I've done a short video on it, but I've never shown it in an actual video, I don't think. Oh, it's so bright. Oh my gosh guys, look at it. And it's being dimmed out because I turned, there we go. That's more true to colour. Beautiful. I need some kind of white. Right, so definitely yay to that. Bronze, we'll do them last. So this Patrick Tar Do We Know Her blush. I want to get more use out of it. Karen got it me a while ago for my birthday. So it's got a cream and a powder blush. You can tell I've definitely used it, but I mean, I'm wearing the P off the powder blush there, but this is what it looks like. I mean, absolutely stunning. Let's do swatches on this. There we go. Last week I didn't do an overview, so I need to remind myself to do that. Then we've got the Wet n Wild Hello Halo in Highlight Bling. Look at it, my packaging is completely knackered. Hate it when companies use cheap packaging. So we've got like a rosy blush, like a glowy blush, and then kind of a white silver highlight. There we go, just those two there. I don't know if I'm going to keep that around the collection. Sorry, I do like this side though, so I might just not bother with that side. Right, then we've got Pat McGrath. So we've got the bougie products. So this one is called Pat McGrath Labs Divine Blush and Glow Trio in Galactic Sun. And like I said, she's come out with that Iron Face palette, and I want to know if I do really like the blushes, because if I don't like the blushes, then it's pointless me getting the Iron Face palette, because I won't use half of the palette. But I can remember liking it when I used it, but I want to get more use out of it. So right, so this one is a mauvey one, this one's more orange, and that's a highlighter. Let me tell you the shade names. So Divine Rose, Desert Orchid and Golden Nectar. So let's do some swatches. Ooh, it's pretty. So that's what they look like. They look prettier in person. Right, then we've got the bronzer. So I kept it in the packaging because the packaging is cute. This one is the Divine Bronzer in Nude Honey. I think it's one of the lightest shades, if not the lightest shade, Emma was saying. She got me this as well. There we go. So it says Pat McGrath Labs Bronze Without Caution. Glamorous glow and rare gold radiance may result with prolonged use. It's like it reminds me of Bridgerton, the way she's said it. And I have used it, you can see I've used it. But I want to use it more, especially with the blush and highlighter palette. Actually it smells quite nice, that. So there is the bronzer. Right, and then we've just got one more product to show you. Let me put that back in there. Right, so the Laura Geller Peach Illuminator. It's in Peach Glow. Now to me, on my fair skin, it's always come across as a, I mean it's, yeah, it is looking like a highlighter, but I think it's too dark for me. It's a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. Let's try it. I think it might be on the chopping block though. And I'll go through the lipsticks that I used last week, so we'll be taking some of them out. Got some here on the bed, and I think I've got some in my bag as well. So right, they're in this little pot here, so let's go through them. Use this Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Petals, so I'll keep that in for another week just in case I want to use it. I did use this. I think I'm just going to keep it in because it's just a basic run-of-the-mill gloss. I mean, it is Laura Geller Colour Luster Lip Gloss in the shade City Lights. I actually used this for TikTok today. Now, if you're not watching my TikToks, or if you don't know that I'm on TikTok, I'm doing content on Big Brother. So if you like Big Brother, you might like to watch them. I'd really appreciate you following me on TikTok if you've got it. Obviously, if you haven't, I do post them to Instagram, and I also post them to YouTube, so you'll get to see them regardless. But if you're on TikTok, I just think you may as well. It's completely free to join, isn't it? So anyway, without further ado, let's get back to the lippies. I love this one as well. This L'Oreal. It's in the shade I Am Worth It. I'm going to put it back and pull different reds out for a couple of weeks. I thought this one was going to go on the chopping block. I thought it smeared for some reason. Had it on yesterday. I made omelettes. As we know, omelettes are greasy. So it was cheese and mushroom omelette that I had for my tea, and it stayed put. So this shade is Rioja Red. It's really, really nice. It's such an inexpensive drugstore lipstick. And this one is Project Pan, so that always stays in there. It's like a perfect neutral nude. And then we've got MAC's Ruby Woo. Hang on, let me take it out of the packaging. So we've got MAC's Ruby Woo. Such a stunning shade. I'm going to leave this in, I think. I will put the L'Oreal one back. I mean, I got them around the same time, but I've not used this one as much as the L'Oreal one, so I'm going to put the L'Oreal one back. I'm getting another L'Oreal one soon as well, so, and that's a red, so I don't need all those reds out. And I'm not going to pull any lipsticks out with you now, guys. Oh, that needs to go back in there as well, and so does that. So basically all we're doing is putting those two reds back. I'm not going to pull any lipsticks out with you now, guys. I'm just going to do the overview, and then next week I'll show you what lipsticks I pulled out, just because I never know what I want to wear from one day to the next. So let's do the overview. Okay, so on top we've got some eyeshadow brushes, some lip liners, my e.l.f. Halo Glow, that needs turning around so you can see it, e.l.f. Halo Glow, Revolution Glass Skin Primer, my sponge that I'm absolutely loving from, what's the name of the company? Coco Cosmetics by Chloe. The name of the company is Coco Cosmetics by Chloe, I think, or maybe it's just called Coco. I didn't buy it, my friend Karen did. It's one of those marshmallow sponges, I need to clean that. Then we've got the H&B Cosmetics powder puff, and then we've got, sorry about the pinging, then we've got the two powders here that I want to use up. So this is all just a Project Pan. I mean, that's a Project Pan powder, that's a Project Pan powder, but I feel like with this one, I don't know, some days I really like it and some days I'm like, no, it needs to go in the bin, I've had it ages. Right, and then in here, so we've got this I Heart Revolution Pumpkin Pie palette. We've also got the Shirt BB cream, which I absolutely love. I'm wearing it today. It gives such a glowy, dewy, youthful look. So I'm nearly done with that now, so I want to use that up as well. Then I think I'm going to put this in here, because I normally put face palettes with eyeshadow palettes, so let's do that. So we've got foundations, eye serums, things for the lips. So we've got primers, concealers, under eye correctors, and that's my exfoliator. So that's what I use for the week, and that's what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I'm hoping I'm just going to be done with this for a week, because then I've only got another week before my operation, and I'll pull some stuff in that week, but don't be expecting too much content, because obviously I'll be prepping to go into hospital. So I just thought I'd give you a heads up on that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.